Alright guys, recently PhreshBoySwag just responded to the allegations of him A-wording Bloodyclip. He actually did 2 weeks ago. I just couldn't make a video on it at the time. And as far as his public perception goes, yeah, it's not the best, but it's also not in the gutter anymore. And pretty much everyone has just went back to supporting him. And the reason for that is because his responses were very candid, very open, and it just seemed very genuine to fans. Of course, this wasn't unanimous, but for the most part. Not to mention, the person who came out with the allegations turned out to have made baseless claims, added details, retracted statements, deleted tweets, and made PhreshBoySwag look so much more innocent because it seemed like she was lying, at least in some parts. So I'm gonna go over how he addressed his allegations, what exactly he addressed, and the discourse that followed. So let's get into it. Alright, so on July 20th of 2024, PhreshBoySwag made his first official response. And by the way, just for a little context before that, pretty sure he got jumped. I'm not sure the exact timeline. He also, like, after this stuff was going on, there were like videos of him being leaked, just wandering the streets, like nodding and stuff. They're like, yo, is PhreshBoySwag okay? He was getting helped upstairs. It was not good. Anyways, let's get into his response. Here's what he said. For the last few weeks, there have been heavy accusations of assault and abuse on my name. I would like to start by denying any accusations that I assaulted Clip. Our relationship was built on abuse and was extremely unhealthy and toxic for both of us, but it never escalated to anything physical. A lot of the original posts were unrelated to the allegations of abuse and just used to embarrass me publicly, e.g. pictures of me in the shower or making threats towards my mother. I will admit my faults when it comes to being a bad boyfriend and letting use get the best of me. It's something I've been battling for a long time and will continue to do so, but I would never and have never let it get to the point of me abusing my partner. Alright, so basically says, hey, everything is false, and he starts pulling up receipts. So here are the first receipts he pulls up. In her first post, Clip posts a bloody towel alongside what she claims is an apology note for me hitting her to leave the room for interpretation that happened. The blood on the towel is my blood, not hers, and I left it in the bathtub, not with any apology note. The blood came from a cut I got while cleaning up a shattered wine glass that she threw at me in the hotel room during an argument. The screenshots show proof that the only blood was mine, but that she was aware of why that towel was there, and also that I was apologizing for not being able to say goodbye because I was flying back home to London and for my behavior and our arguments throughout the trip. She ends up deleting the original claim and backtracking on this just a few days later, claiming that she never said it was her blood. Okay, so as I said earlier in the intro, one of the main reasons why a lot of people have started to believe PhreshBoySwag is, and as he said earlier, is Bloodyclip deleted like half her tweets. Like a lot of these tweets I tried to find, they're just not there anymore, and some have been screenshotted, but she's been caught lying or leaving things out or changing what she said, and there's no clear timeline how everything happened. Like she just brought random details in, and you'll see as I progress in this video. But yeah, so anyways, let's get into it. Anyways, she says, if I'm a liar, then why didn't you leave this in my hotel room after I got scared and left? Also, mind you, I wasn't even the one to say anything. Stunt tweeted at him because blah, 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 blah. And he talks about the stunt mic situation later. But anyways, it's like a bloody towel and it's a letter, okay? He also says he never left with any apology note. He then shows proof before any of this came out, so like it wouldn't make sense for him to lie in these text messages, like talking about how he cut himself on the wine glass while cleaning stuff up. He said, I'm sorry I cut my finger on the glass hella bad while I was cleaning up and I didn't get to finish cleaning because I had to go to the airport. Bro, Calvin me highs. That's like some dude that hosts tracks on SoundCloud. Please look what I left you, please. I'm waiting for room service to give me a band-aid. Would you leave me? I just wrote something because I didn't get to say goodbye. Just please take into consideration. I love you to death. Baby, I need to book Uber. I'm sorry. Okay, so according to him, she moved the towel to where his letter was, and according to her, it was already there. Here's the thing, they're both probably like intoxicated or high or something, so it's like, I don't know, and later on you'll see she does, by the way, I'm not sure if these tweets are deleted, but she did confirm that she threw the wine glass. But here's what happened. Apparently she said that was after he hit her, so that's what made it, but it doesn't make sense because like he also showed a screenshot of a text message between him and Lil Nextel, who's like Jet Theory's manager, Yeat's ex-manager, and was also managing him. I'm not sure if he's still managing PhreshBoySwag, but he said, brother, she's tweaking, like I can't deal with this. She just threw a wine glass at the wall against us. Okay, so this is actually pretty strong evidence that what Clip is saying was wrong, because basically what she just said was, yo, you hit me, or like you busted my lip, and that's why I threw a bottle of wine or like a wine glass at you. It doesn't make, like, why would he text him this? He had just busted her lip. That makes no sense. You know, it just doesn't add up. No, like turn on your BS detector. Anyways, here's what she then said. I never said the blood on the towel was mine. The blood period was creepy and weird, and that's how I walked into my hotel room to find everything. And my lip was busted. That picture was taken after my show. Get off your burner, Max us next on, leave me alone. If he was trying to ruin my life, I would have been come out about this and not protected him. He should have never started lying on me and forced me to come out about this. I'd be careful of those things you post, let's say, because IP addresses are being traced and lives could actually be ruined if you want them to be, if you guys don't leave me the alone. Okay, so first of all, IP addresses are being traced. Okay, what does that even mean? Like what does his IP address have to do anything if he, you know what I mean? Like, not okay. It's just confusing to me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to. So she's saying that like some of the pictures that he put were not up to date, but there was no timeline ever given, so it's just very confusing. She also says that, hey, if I wanted to cancel you, I would have. I just was protecting you, but it's like there's a lot of holes in her story, you know? That makes sense. Then there's just more like screenshots of him talking about, oh, there's my finger got cut, there's blood everywhere, blah blah blah. Wait, no, I see one, I'm sorry, but you took my AirPod charger, blah blah blah. The note was cute, thank you, I really appreciate it. Obviously, if something had happened, there was a note, maybe she just wasn't processing it, something, I don't know, but it clearly shows that she was aware of the blood, you know? He then continues his statement. On the week that Clip insists that the alleged assault happened, I had plenty of reasons to apologize, hence the text messages. I was abusing and my behavior was horrible. We had a dispute over my behavior that week in Paris, and I left her a ton of apologies for how I was behaving and causing arguments. I blacked out and I got in a fight with security at her show and caused a scene. All of these pictures of personal text messages, notes, and apologies are about my behavior, not assault. I was heavy on the and it made people want to distance themselves. That's what I was apologizing for. Her using my struggles with drug addiction to paint me as an abuser is hurtful, as well as publicizing it when it is something I struggle with. So, by the way, later, I'm not sure if these tweets are deleted, and you're gonna hear this, I'm not sure if these tweets are deleted because she deleted a lot, but she said something about like him arguing with security and her getting slammed. I don't know what it was, but yeah, anyways. He then addresses Stun Mike. Basically, we don't know, Stun Mike shot like a music video for FreshBoySwag, and then afterwards, they like fell out. I don't know, he made it like, oh, I have strong morals, blah, 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 this, that, and like, I don't mess with these people, and later it was like alluded to that he was talking about FreshBoySwag like abusing Clip, but then he comes and saying says no, that's not what happened. So let me read it. Stun Mike was an acquaintance of ours who would at times try to get between me and Clip during our time together. She says that Stunt was the person who originally tried to expose me for the situation, screenshot above, and that she didn't want it to come out. But in actuality, he had been spreading these rumors for a long time. There were rumors being spread by Stun Mike, which had been reached by me and Clip's own friends, to where she had to deny and say they were not true. We talked about the fake claims being spread by him and how much they affected us and our relationship. Seems like Stun Mike is just a dickhead. Bruh, it's literally just people running their mouths and playing telephone and creating spreading shit about us for who knows what's reason. Like, I heard people saying you beat me up, like, what, this never happened, blah blah blah. I'm just glad it wasn't you that said that stuff about me and it was him. But he got out after a couple hours. Yeah, I heard he went to jail. Glow and stuff said they feel like he had this word control thing on me, and that's why he like started lies and made it bigger than it was to get you out of my life, which is really weird. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, bro, it's not even business. Basically, they're just having a conversation of like, yo, why is he spreading these fake rumors? And Clip is acknowledging that they're fake and saying, oh, they're trying to get between us. And he even presses her to be like, yo, you need to bring this up to him because on you is crazy. She's like, I don't know, I saw him as a little brother and thought he was so talented, but shit got so bad so fast, and then lately he did some weird ass shit, bruh. Soph thinks he's a creep. I think that's like one of her friends, and of course later he was exposed to be a creep. She even says like he never beat her, like, yo, why would I still talk to someone that beat me up? And then said the same too, or still follow them, that's what I'm saying, or still trying to be on good terms, blah blah blah. He then talks about her backtracking and deleting tweets or just lying, and I'm not gonna lie, she deleted so many tweets. Like, I remember the day this came out, it was just like, and I was trying to find some of the tweets earlier and they're just gone, and she deleted some, and I'll show you a couple of screenshots of stuff that she deleted. But anyways, this was one of the situations where she just got caught like lying like 10 times. So let's get into it. And her lying is FreshBoySwag's largest piece of evidence. Anyways, go on. Here's what he says. The entire time she's been backtracking and deleting tweets or just lying. She says she felt uncomfortable on this night. I was blacked out, drunk, and high, and we had sex, and she filmed a video on her MacBook, but went around that same day showing pictures from the night after random group chats on her own friends. Again, I'd like to reiterate that I was blacked out with no memory of the night and could not consent to sex, much less a sex tape. She contradicts herself a ton of times and constantly deletes her posts. I told a few friends in private about this story in confidence with no intention for it to reach the public, and she ended up hearing about it, so she's been trying to backtrack now, hence why she jumped the gun and posted the private video that I do not want to be seen by anyone, despite admitting that I was blacked out in her own post. This sex tape situation happened months after she claims the assault happened, and a while after I broke it off with her. She insists that she only kept me around because I was quote unquote too scary. I was the one who had to continuously distance myself, but she took advantage of that night I blacked out at her house to stay near me by saying things like, I was looking after you last night when your friends weren't. The video she originally posted from when I was completely inebriated, she is now using as dirt against me, despite her clearly not being uncomfortable as she claimed. So basically, she was like, and you saying that I try to make a sex tape with you while you're blackout, you're so stupid, blah, 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 blah. She basically said that, yo, he was trying to like force me to do stuff I wasn't like cool with doing, and we were like nursing you back to health. He then shows texts of like her and Clip, and she's saying, I sent her this today because I missed you, and it's like a picture of them from like that night, a group chat that she like sent it in, he didn't want it. She then says they were never dating and he just wanted to do this cloud because she was like his TMZ bae or some shit. Anyways, this is one of the pieces that she was lying. So someone said, girl, there's so much evidence she was lying. Number one, it shows that Clip blocked that user. Number two, she said, you don't stay high for that long. She said, girl, stop. What? I'm feeling myself and he's trying to me. I was kind of playing along, but I did not want to have sex and he kept insisting. Obviously, I have feelings for him, so I was somewhat entertaining, but I'm bad at speaking up for myself, especially when it comes to sex, but you can't. Usually when I'm feeling myself, I don't find the nearest abuser and run my against their, you can guess what those words are. I didn't see him as a drug abuser. I saw him as someone that was lost and needed help that I cared for at the time. Leave me alone. So it's okay that you were getting sexual with the dude on because you didn't see him on drugs, right? I don't think that sort of stuff holds up in court. He wasn't on in this besides a rhino dick pill. You're literally just saying anything. You literally just admitted he came to you 3 hours prior on all kinds of and you had to nurse him to health. Girl, you R-worded him. When did I R-word him? Blah, blah, blah. Basically, they're saying, yo, okay, you said he was blackout drunk on all sorts of stuff and you had to nurse him to health. Then all of a sudden, like, he's doing, like, that doesn't make sense. He also said he was so blacked out that he had no recollection of this night. So he probably is just seeing this stuff from the thing and from the videos that she was leaking, by the way. And she just confused him, or not confused him, she just embarrassed him. And by the way, he's saying, yo, I don't want this stuff out. You publicly posted this to, like, embarrass me. You wanted it in private. In other words, he was acting stupid. She lied about what he was on. Like, first she said he was on a bunch of drugs. Then she said he was on like a rhino pill, which is like a performance enhancing drug for sex, like a Viagra. And by the way, these tweets are all deleted now. So kinda makes you look guilty, not gonna lie. But anyways, she responded to way more. And by the way, he also said, forgot to mention that when I showed up blacked out, I was passed out limp on her floor, ketamine and alcohol according to people that were there. Blah, blah. She then made a ton of responses. I think she tweeted like, I might not even be joking. She might have tweeted like 300 times about this. I'm like, for context, I'm not even like, I literally am not even exaggerating. I'm gonna show you something, okay? 41,000 tweets joined February 2021, okay? February 2021 to August 2024 days, 1,277 days, okay? 41,000 divided by 1,277. That's 32 tweets per day. Holy bro, how do you tweet that many times a day? Like, this is crazy. But anyways, yeah, she has a lot of tweets, so yeah, a bit hard to like go through everything. But she then tweeted, you are so disgusting and you're gonna pay for all you've done to me and everyone else you've heard. You were disgusting, psychopath, pathological liar, and I'm done allowing you to ruin my life. Go seek help. By the way, she didn't delete those tweets, my bad. I know she did delete a bunch of tweets though. Someone else said, yo, you did say that he never hit you. Is this fake? She said, I said he never beat my ass. The rumor was he beat my ass, but he did hit me. It was just getting exaggerated and spread, and that's why I eventually had to come out in the first place. Okay, so first of all, this timeline is a bit weird. I'm pretty sure Paris Fashion Week was like the weekend before this, or like, yeah, it was literally June 18th. Sorry, it was a month before this. Stun Mike was talking about this months and months ago, so it doesn't make sense. The timeline isn't really adding up. She then starts saying that she's going about it legally. Like, she says it's all up to the law now. Anyways, someone else says, well, if it really wasn't a lie, did he beat you? Seems weird to defend someone who did hit you regardless of the severity, in my opinion. Whole thing is and I don't know what to believe. I was in a toxic situation and all he did was guilt trip and manipulate me. He made me feel bad for the rumors being spread, so I put my own self aside to make him feel better. He didn't beat my ass, but he did harm me and he's so for this. If he really is just straight lying about it, he's basically insane. How the does he think he can get away with this? I'm genuinely disgusted that he came on here lying and trying to twist the narrative than me. When me, him, his friends, and people around us know the truth, I'm gonna handle this the right way though. I have no more empathy for the psychopath. She then said it was there with the note, and honestly that might be true. Like, he seems very intoxicated, you know, seems like, not gonna lie, PhreshBoySwag is like a junkie. You would. It's not crazy to think that he didn't remember the details, you know what I mean? She then showed a ton of messages of him apologizing. But then again, he's talking about like Paris and apparently it didn't happen, you know? I'm gonna pop these up it's basically him just apologizing for bad behavior. Like, he also already posted some of this stuff. Then she said, or sorry, someone said, according to him, this apology is for his behavior at Clip's show. He didn't even make it to my show till it ended. Okay, he said it was during the end, with the security, which would make sense. So yeah, he actually didn't say that. And yeah, people were kind of calling her out like, yo, your story isn't adding up. You're not able to like back stuff up. Every time somebody would say something, she would bring it to another point. If that makes sense. Other than a few specific times. Basically, another thing was she was talking about the whole like video that was filmed on her laptop. And I'm not going to go through all these threads because it's a lot. But basically she said, yo, this was evidence. And what he said to his friends, which originally made me come out, was that she forced him to make a tape that he didn't want to make, and she had that exact video and he was the one coming on to her. I don't really know what to think of it. Like, it's weird. Like, the whole situation is just super weird. Like, first of all, if he's completely blackout drunk, then yeah, he couldn't consent. And if you were sober, then is that possible? Can a completely intoxicated person R-word or consent to something with a sober person? No. Like, so yeah, I don't really get that argument, to be honest. Also, we weren't there. Like, you don't really know who said what. It's just like the video. And this guy's comment kind of sums it up. This guy is clearly blacked out and barely aware of his surroundings. How is this person supposed to prove he forced you to make a sex tape? Where are all these other claims coming from? This guy's just blacked out, bro. She says, I get this is your friend, but stop enabling and lying. He knows the truth at the end of the day, and I have nothing to prove to you. Okay, he then responds, you have a duty to back up your claims to your extremely large fan base because you are making extreme claims that can alter lives. This thread makes a lot of claims that look very void. Please stop avoiding these things. Oh, I will. I'm just in shock he really came on here to lie knowing what he did. I'm gonna handle this with the correct way, as I should have. Okay, so yeah, sums it up. She's not really making too much sense, and she's saying she's bringing it to court. Here's the thing, I don't really know how this is gonna hold up in court. You know, like, she doesn't really have any concrete evidence, you know what I mean? And everything she says, a lot of it is like devoid of any real evidence, you know what I mean? Read this other interaction. Nah, bro, he still sounds very drunk. How are you sure that he was sober? He sounds so slurred, bro. Sober off the weird drugs he did prior. We were all drinking. The only reason he came in was his friends were meeting up to go with me to go to an event I was hosting, but he came in and immediately passed out, and I stayed back to help him. I was also intoxicated given while I was entertaining his advances. Okay, see, now she's adding things, you know what I mean? Like, she keeps changing the story, which makes him just look innocent, or you know what I mean? It's not really making sense. And this is what this guy says. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he sounds way more intoxicated. Do you hear the way he says let's do it? This guy can't even open his mouth all the way, bro. And you can go on Twitter and find the video. It's not hard. I don't want to play it, but yeah, he sounds kind of And in the video, they both seem totally cool with it, like, and he's the one who's completely by the way. She then adds that she was apparently drunk afterwards. So you know what I mean? Like, she didn't say that in the beginning. So very confusing. It doesn't add up. And this is just another instance of her adding something or like backtracking. There's also tweets she deleted and just stuff not adding up. You know what I mean? Sorry, but this literally just makes no sense. There's no world in which you should be entertaining the advances of a completely inebriated person. Regardless of circumstance, it is incredibly irresponsible to claim that he made you uncomfortable when you recorded a video on your own accord. That kind of sums it up, and a lot of sense being said here, you know, I'm not gonna lie. And there are a million more replies to what she said. I don't think dropping 200 tweets on Twitter helps your court case, but yeah, she just went off on this guy. The other thing too is she just never explained it properly either, you know? It's all like a huge mumbo jumbo. She then started arguing with random people, like this one dude named Ivar on Twitter. And a lot of people were kind of just like fed up with them. Someone said, can we just drop both PhreshBoySwag and Bloodyclip because they both terrible people? PhreshBoySwag waiting for the moment Clip drops a career-changing song with JT to try and call her a liar is actually what a narcissistic abuser would do, and my heart hurts for her because he's a sick attention whore. She said he thought he ate. By the way, she also tweeted something about this too, like later, like that I can't find anymore, so I'm guessing she deleted. This was another like narrative she ran with. It was kind of confusing to me. Like, apparently he had like he had like a huge career-changing song. Basically, JT dropped an album and she was featured on there. Okay, no offense, I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but that's not a career-changing song. And if that is, it's not a career-changing song for her. Like, if you look through the comments, people even say like, yo, I didn't even know that you dropped that song. You know what I mean? JT isn't that big. People don't. I'm pretty sure one of her tours was canceled to perform in bars. Like, the venues were like downsized to like 30 to 50. Like, it's not a, no offense. Other people also started calling her out for hanging out with Ken Carson and Cardi. And then someone says, I think this answers my question. And she blocked him. She also said, I blocked you because you added me and told me I deserve to get. You're so weird trying to go viral of the situation using an old ass screenshot to justify me getting. And by the way, she did later say, basically she had posted pictures of her with like Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, and like, okay, first of all, Destroy Lonely got exposed for, you know what, Playboy Cardi. I'm pretty sure there's like videos of them together or whatever. And I'm pretty sure she's posted those too. And everyone knows what they're accused of, and it's basically proven. Bloodyclip has the same manager as them, and what she said was, yo, I posted these before the Destroy Lonely stuff came out and before this stuff came out, and it's like, all right, like you're still managed by the same managers now. Clearly you don't care, you know. Another person named Henry Kava said, what does Bloodyclip even do? By the way, he got a lot of hate for this too. Someone said, bro, what do you do? Basically, he's like a TikToker. I think it's like a clothing brand. She deleted this tweet, but she basically said, hey, you're basically the TikToker who dick rides every underground rapper that they think is annoying, blah, blah, blah. She talked about him, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, kind of goes. Then she started beefing with Nosgoff, like Nosgoff basically proved that she like bought plays. So she didn't really bought her plays. Talking about Bloodyclip, what happened was what labels and management sometimes do is they'll purchase ads for your YouTube video. So they'll like buy ads just to get the views up. In this case, they bought ads from India. They also had like this whole thing about like them being racist or some shit. I don't even know. Like they brought in Israel. I was like, I'm so confused. And then Nosgoff found like this white thing, and they started making fun of Bloodyclip for this old tweet. He said, too white for the black kids, too black for the white kids. Only thing I fit in is this Rick Owens. Yeah, that was really corny. I'm not gonna lie. Nosgoff then said, I guess Clip is just popular in India, LMFAO. Not gonna lie, I don't know why Nosgoff third herself into this, but I guess she did. And she kind of just proved that Bloodyclip botted her plays. Doesn't really have anything to do with this. She was also apparently exposed for hanging out with abusers. FreshBoySwag also said, hey, I did not post this song on Spotify. Just look at it. You'll know what I mean. This is the tweet. He said, yo, that song, blah, 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 I didn't post it. There was also a moment where FreshBoySwag got jumped. He also fell asleep on his stream, and there were like 300 people there. Everyone was like, yo, what's going on? And according to him, he was just sleeping. Everyone was like, yo, you're nodding, blah, blah, blah. And the internet was just worried for him. Okay, so those are just some random miscellaneous events that happened afterward. It looks like FreshBoySwag's career, whether he did this or not, and I'm not gonna lie, it's leaning a lot towards he didn't do this, because it's just he say, she say, and when she's saying a bunch of and just making stuff up as she goes, adding details and detracting details and deleting tweets when he brought up receipts, showed pretty good evidence. Of course, there's no video or anything, so there'll never be evidence towards, unless she literally said, I lied, yo, I busted your lip, you know what I mean? So no one, but hey, if someone's lied or twisted a bunch of stuff on some other ends, you know, it's hard to understand this. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Lying about allegations is weird, of course. Can't confirm anything, but you know, not looking very like solid in her. She doesn't really have a solid case. That's all I'm gonna say. Even on the internet. So in court, I imagine how that would go. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and see you tomorrow. Bye.